anyway, these are considerations for which GoPro to get, because there are each one has whether it's weight savings or certain features.
Yeah.
And especially the kit. Like I said, GoPros are kind of fun because they come in kits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
be sure to do your research and make sure it's going to meet whatever it is you want to do. As
And
far as image quality goes, I know there's people on YouTube kind of showing the difference between
the comparisons between all the different GoPros.
Honestly, at this particular price range, most of them are going to be pretty similar.
Pretty similar, yeah. Yeah.
I would say focus more on the feature set than
because I would say if you're getting a GoPro, you're using it as an action cam or a vlogger, vlogging cam or something like that, which means your final output is going to be to something like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, which you don't think about this when you're doing it. You just think about, I want to shoot 4K. I want to get this high as whatever I can. But when you put it on a YouTube or a TikTok or Instagram, they have so many videos that go on their servers that they get compressed like hell to actually fit all those videos on there. So no matter how high of a quality you send to it, it's going to compress it down to, it'll say 4K and all that, but it still compresses it down to where you're losing some of that quality.
Right.
So you always,
So really, as long as the camera has enough dynamic range for what you're planning to use it for, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And most of them do. There is one difference since you're talking about that. I think on the Hero 12, where it allows you to do 10-bit.
Yeah, well, that started with actually the 11 mini as well.
Right,
yeah,
that's right.
That you can do 10-bit color as well. And also the fact that starting with the 11, and I believe it's on the 12 as well, the GoPro has created a new sensor, an 8x7 sensor, which allows you to shoot full frame for GoPro standards, and then
GoPro full frame, not to be confused with 24 by 36 3x2 sensors.
Yeah, so you can shoot that, and then I'm not gonna say crop because it is a crop, but it's not. You can pull out a full 16:9 or anywhere from a full 16:9 to a full 9:16 frame without losing resolution, because it's not a crop. It just takes that portion of the sensor and just mask everything else around it and uses only what you see. So yeah, it's
right. There's no resampling or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just going to head very quickly on what the advantage to 10-bit is. And there's really the only time 10-bit becomes an advantage is if you enjoy color grading. It theoretically can give you more dynamic range, but what it's really good for is going to be your color grade. So if that's, again, part of your workflow where those are the types of videos you're going to be doing, then that is a feature to look for. And
exactly,
Anthony said, it's technically on the 11, and it comes standard on the 12.
Yeah, the 11 and the 12. And like I said, usually most people that buy these GoPros, they just stick it all in auto and go. So
in that case, it wouldn't make any difference.
Exactly, it wouldn't be making any difference. Would you be using that?
Again, what are you using it for? Because that's really gonna
exactly.
Yeah, spend less time worrying about whether you're gonna get the quality you want and more about
just how you're gonna actually.
Right, how are you gonna use it?
Yeah, because you can make. I've seen people put VHS high 8 camcorders on FPV center lifter drone, and it looks amazing because we've never seen that type of quality camera in that way, from that perspective.
From that era.
Exactly, from that era in that perspective. So it's all in how you use your camera is the ultimate of how it's going to look, how it's going to turn out. Because like I said, you can have the best quality in the world. If you don't know how to light or you don't know how to set it up, it's still going to look like crap. So, yeah. Okay, so moving on, of course, you're going to need power. So we've got here some GoPro 8 and GoPro the 8 batteries are here a little bit smaller. They went to a bigger size with the starting with the 9s, and I think that's the standard size moving forward now.
And they have 2 battery types.
Yeah.
I currently have the regular ones, but they do have an extended life one now.
Enduro. Yeah, that's supposed to last in the hottest temperatures and in the coldest climates and all that stuff. The batteries I have are doing me pretty good right now. So once they conk out, then I guess I'll get those. I'll get some new ones. Yeah, because I think those are the only ones that they're selling now. Is the Enduros. They've moved that whole line. Yeah, because even with the new GoPros now, they're coming with the Enduro batteries.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a friend of mine just bought a bunch of the 12s, and it came with the Enduros. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so if you want to grab your 10 again, and then you grab that little box right there, and you can pop off your lens protector, and then you can pop on that add-on lens.
How did I do this?
Yeah, you just twist it. Yeah, just twist it one way or the other. It may be easier if you take it out of the medium
there
mode.
we go.
Yeah, because sometimes the sides of it kind of block it a little bit.
Okay, so it's exposed now.
And so you take off the small back part first, and then you just line up. Yep. Line that mount up. Yep, and then just twist it, and then you can pop that off. And there's your add-on, the Max Lens mod. GoPro says. Yeah. So that basically
you can get really close.
Well, that's one thing that GoPros can do is you can't get really close because they don't have a close focus, like a decent, I guess, close focus. As I've come to find in shooting certain things. But yeah, that's the Max Lens mod that basically gets you a wider view than Super View, but it has some caveats. Now, they did just release Max Lens Mod 2.0, which allows you, when you're in the Max Lens Mod mode, say that 10 times fast.
Right, Max Lens Mod mode.
It'll allow you to shoot, I believe, up to 4K or maybe 5K in that mode. But with the original Max Lens Mod, you can only go up to 2.7K, which is something that I didn't know because I didn't do all of my research on this. I was just like, oh, wider field of view. Yay, I'll take it. But that wider field of view comes at a cost of only being able to have 2.7K worth of resolution, which is not too bad, I guess. But when you're exporting in 4K with everything else the GoPro can do, or 5K, then going down to 2.7K is like, yeah. But yeah, so but I'm glad they were able to actually bump up the setting to be able to do at least 4K, and I think possibly 5K on the newer GoPros. But yeah, so this
is pretty neat.
Yeah, and this, like I said, this is just one of the lens mods that you can put on there. People have done third-party mounts where you can actually add C lenses, C-mount lenses, and all that stuff on here. There's a whole market.
Oh, there's a whole market for C-mount lenses.
Yeah, and it's so weird. Like,
they're affordable too, which is
exactly
great.
Yeah. I can. I'll show you some on the screen here in a little bit. But it's just so weird seeing a GoPro here. I'll pull one up so I can show Marco. It's so weird just seeing a GoPro with like this long C-mount lens on it. When you have images like that, you can get stuff like that on there.
There you go. Yeah, we'll say
it just looks interesting. Yeah, how you can. Yeah. But and there's one with the mount off, just the exposed sensor, and yeah.
So yeah, you can get pretty creative with these cameras.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I said, these cameras can go pretty much anywhere you want them to. Yeah. The only limit is your imagination. So.
Hoping I put this thing on right, which it looks like I did. Okay. I had no idea you could do that, which is kind of
yeah.
And the nice thing about I want to say I don't remember, you probably know more than this, but at least a lot of these new ones, the 10, 11, and 12 I know are waterproof without a case.
Yeah.
So
that is good. Yep, I've definitely tested
you
that.
can pretty much take them anywhere. I've been doing a lot of cycling lately, so I've been taking mine on some of these cycle trips.
Oh yes. Oh, so what mounts do you have for it if you've been taking it?
I have the handlebar mounts, and I have 2 different sizes depending on what part of the bicycle I'm putting it on.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So-
Cool. Yeah, just another way to put it somewhere you want it to.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
There is the Insta360, which I know a lot of people are a fan of, and I don't know much about that, but I do know that again, if you're the kind of vlogger and stuff that wants to be able to get multiple camera angles at the same time, then these 360 cameras are another way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
As opposed to having like 10 GoPros or something.
Yeah. I'll see someone have the Insta360 on like a selfie stick behind them, and the fact that you can like essentially erase the selfie stick, so that way the camera looks like it's just floating behind you, and then you can reframe as it's going, so you can turn full 360 and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool technology. Yeah, I haven't gotten into one yet, but yeah.
But again, if that's your use case, then that might be the way to go.
Yeah. Moving right along, segueing into other mounts, we have the GoPro gimbal.
Yeah.
The Inky Falcon Plus, as I named it, and it's on.
So we've spoken about this before. The reason you'd want to have a gimbal on a camera that's already stabilized is not necessarily for the stabilization, but because of the way you're holding the camera, you're able to get more dynamic camera shots.
Exactly.
And so I would say don't get the gimbal because you're trying to stabilize the camera. Get the gimbal because you want to move the camera in unique ways. Exactly.
And like I said, for things like GoPro, you would say, oh, I don't need a gimbal. It's stabilized perfectly well. Well, or the in-body stabilization is perfectly fine. But when you add on an ND filter or another lens or something, or you want to change a setting, what you don't know is that the in-body stabilization only works best when it's in full auto and the camera is completely controlling what things can do. So when you want to have any creative input, then yes, the stabilization will still work, but it won't work at its best, especially in like low light, when you don't have a lot of external light source. How the stabilization works is it needs nice, clean, crisp images to be able to pick points on to stabilize. Well, if you're in low light or you got an ND filter on, you're not giving it. Or you got an ND filter on, and because you want motion blur, well, now you're not giving it nice, clean, crisp images. You've made a stylistic choice. I want it to look like this, and so now the stabilization isn't going to work to the best of its ability, and it may still work for you, or it may not work. It may look worse, better, but if you just cut off the stabilization, in-body stabilization, and now you've got your gimbal, you don't have to worry about that. You can have all the creative choices you want with your camera, and you still know that you're going to get nice.
And it's a better way
footage.
to hold the camera too.
Exactly. Yeah, especially the ones like the GoPros and the smaller action cams. You definitely don't want to just be walking around holding it like this, because you want to have some kind of mount for it.
Yeah. And they're still small enough to where they're discreet. No one's gonna bother you. They're
exactly. Yeah, I mean, this you can put this in your pocket.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It goes in jacket pocket, back pocket, and all that. They're not too bad.
So great travel cam. Great vlogger cam.
I've taken this on travels.
A good action cam, and it's also good for first-time filmmakers and anybody that wants to just shoot their own stuff just for fun.
Exactly. Yes.
These small cameras are a lot of fun because Anthony and I were talking about I have an FX9, which is not a huge camera, but it's still fairly large. And even for something like this, I think it's too much. So So these smaller cameras are fantastic just for doing stuff like this.
Definitely, yeah.
We don't need the full cameras.
Exactly. Oh, and so I guess we glossed over it a little bit. Another feature from the media mod on the GoPro is that it has a cold shoe mount on top, which allows you to connect.
One on the side too.
Yeah, one on the side, one on top, that allows you to connect an external, any accessory that you want. But how I have it set up here is I've got my wireless audio receiver with a 3.5 millimeter jack right into the back of the Media Mod. So now I can get nice professional wireless audio into the GoPro as well, because that's another thing that GoPro kind of lacks at. But hey, you have a Media Mod to make up for it. Is that yes, they have good image quality, but the audio sometimes is not there. So
right. So and these Rode or DJI mic, whichever one you want, they'll fit right in, and the Media Mod will get the audio input into the camera. So also nice because you don't have to sync it up later.
Yes,
the
exactly.
audio's ready to go, and it's good quality audio. So
exactly. Yes, the Media Mod you were saying, it takes that one USB-C port out of the GoPro and gives it many more possibilities than what it originally comes with. You got a 3.5 headphone jack, you've got USB-C, you've got another micro USB for any type of other accessory. Now you've got 2 cold shoe mounts. So yeah, basically it expands the GoPro into a, I don't want to say proper filmmaking machine, but it definitely enhances.
It adds enough accessories on there to where it can take the place of a mirrorless camera.
Yeah.
Without making it even as big as a mirrorless camera.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still a small action camera, so
exactly.
Definitely probably one of my favorite modifications, other than all these like amazing mounts they put it on. So.
Oh yes.
Anyway,
and so we go in from that into the, like I said, the Rode wireless system that I had on top of mine. If you want to talk about that a little bit, because I just got into this ecosystem, but you have
gone all the way.
You've gone, yeah.
So even these mic stands are from Rode.
Yeah.
Anthony is talking on the Rode Pod mic, which is so. You got a $450 mic that I'm talking into versus a $100 mic, and there is very little difference between the two mics. Rode did an amazing job with that. Both are dynamic mics. I like the Rode ecosystem. It's why I went with it as opposed to DJI or any of these other, wireless, small, affordable wireless systems, because the next step up, which I do have the Sennheiser wireless, but those are mission critical applications. And most of the time for stuff like this, or if you're on the go, or if you're a vlogger or a YouTuber, there's no need to spend, $900 on a wireless system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can get at least the full functionality of what you're going to do with just these Rode systems. In fact, I've seen small short films being made with these Rode systems, so they're pretty versatile. I really like it, and like I said, I like the Rode ecosystem for what it was intended for. I'm not going to compare it to like sound devices or anything like that, because it's not what it was intended for, and this isn't meant to be like a front of house board either. It's meant to be a podcaster board, and it works extremely well for that.
All right, and so with all this gear, you would definitely need some way to transport it to and from, whether you're vlogging, you're traveling, you're going from set to set. So here we have and this is my backpack of choice, the Low Pro pt.2, which is actually a drone backpack, which is why I originally got it to carry some of my DJI drones. But then I quickly outgrew this backpack with the drones that I had, and so then that's when it kind of turned into my ground filmmaking kit. It just holds GoPros and smartphone gimbals and extra power cards, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably have an episode at some point where we talk about what's in our different kits, because as you get more and more into it, I've got my run bags, I've got my camera bags. And actually, Anthony's not showing you this, but just off camera way over there, he's got a Pelican for his...
for the FX6.
Right. So yeah, we'll probably do a whole episode on that, because it's kind of interesting to see what
definitely.
We're all a little bit different, but just having good bags.
Having a good bag to hold all your stuff in. So this bag has a large front cavity. with dividers that you can set any kind of way you want. Right now I've got it set up to hold my gimbals, and then a big extra like tech pouch that I have all my cables and batteries and hard drives and stuff in. There's a zipper here that leads into this big pocket. There's 2 pockets on top. There's the big pocket here that small zipper leads into.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
But kind of neat. So,
Exactly. So if there's something,
you don't want to open up everything. You just need to.
Yeah. You know, there's something here. You just want a quick access to it. You can just zip in real quick and get that. There's a smaller pocket on top as well, which can hold, again, keys, phone, glasses, any type of thing like that. Small stuff. There's a laptop.
Your camera butter.
Exactly, camera butter.
Right. I prefer the unsalted camera butter, but you know.
The laptop sleeve, of course, because you know you gotta always have that laptop to offload footage and to upload to YouTube and all that other stuff. Facebook. 2 side pockets for anything from water bottles to tripods, all that type of stuff. It's got I forgot what this webbing is called. There's a military name for this webbing.
I'm not
let
sure.
us know in the comments.
Right. Let us know what it's called.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
But you can hook things through here. I've hooked bongo ties through here to attach stuff. You can hook all kind of stuff. It's just, I mean, you can hook carabiners to here to hang stuff off of and all that. And of course, it's got your hip straps. I don't use them now because the bag is not that heavy anymore. But of course, it's got your hip support as well if you want to use that. And of course,
and sometimes these bags do get pretty heavy. So
yeah, they will definitely get heavy with all the gear that you have toting around.
Yeah, occasionally I will go through, and again, you know, if we do an episode about what we have in our kits, I will go through and start taking stuff out. In fact, I've started getting smaller bags just so I carry less stuff with me.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Sometimes that's a good practice to get into because you don't need everything as much as you want.
Exactly. You got all this stuff. It's like, oh, I want to take it all. I don't know what I'm going to need.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case. No, you don't need just in case after you've been doing it for a couple of years and like, no, I can leave it at home.
Planning saves everything. So,
exactly. Well,
anyway, I think that's...
I think that about covers it as far as GoPro filmmaking. So yeah, you got a new GoPro. We've got accessories. Well, not we don't have accessories, but we've shown you some of the accessories you could use to enhance that GoPro footage, just to make your footage, to take your footage that one step higher. Whether it's, like I said, on a film set or doing a travel vlog or just doing a simple YouTube video. Yeah,
we got it all.
So yes. So I would like to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope hope you got everything. Well, actually, I hope you're spending time with your family if you can, because that's what this day is all about.
Spending time with those that you care about.
Exactly. So yeah, we just popped in and thought we would let you know some of the accessories you could acquire for your new GoPro, but.
And as always, just like this cup says, don't put cups on the camera cart.
Oh my God, no, do not. No liquids on the camera cart.
That's right.
Especially if it's not your cart and not your department. Trust me, you don't know how many times.
I've just set it down the rant here.
You walk away from your cart.
There's like 5 drinks on there, so yeah.
Yeah, you come back, it's like, where all these cups come from? And then you got expensive. Now, if you didn't have expensive equipment on there, that's one thing. But the fact that the camera carts have cameras, batteries, media for the day, like this is half the day's shoot on these cards that are sitting on this card. What if a coffee comes in, and now the card may be ruined because it's coffee all in it, and you just cost half a day's worth of work.
Yeah. So don't be that person.
Exactly. Don't be that person.
But anyway, happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Yes.
Or anything else you may celebrate.
Exactly.
we wish you all the best, and we're looking forward to an amazing new year.
Exactly.
Here's to y'all.
Year full of work, hopefully. All right.
Another reason why I like the Roadcaster.
Oh, yes. He has loads of these things. He hasn't been through all of them yet, I don't believe.
We'll do another episode on those.
Okay. All right. Peace.